Hello students, welcome to Btech360. We've been covering a series of colleges for you, especially for STEM students who are essentially looking for good colleges but not necessarily into IITs and IITs, IIITs because they might not have got a seat there with a score in your hand. And our objective here is to actually talk to you about those colleges which do very, very phenomenal work. But because they're local colleges, they might not be known by all students across the country. They might be geographically in their areas, they might be very well known, there might be huge demand, but they may not have been known across the country. In that series, we've covered about 20 colleges already. Look at the series that we've done, which is called the Hidden Gems. And now I'm going to cover another college in the south of India. Before I move further, I always have one request to you. Please subscribe to Btech360. And if you want me to cover any college of your choice, write to us in the message box and we'll be happy to cover that. And if you want to talk to any of our counselors personally, there's a WhatsApp number here, message us on this number, and we'll be happy to have a counselor call you up to understand what your grievance is. Now about this particular university. This university is based in Tanjavur in Tamil Nadu. It's got the highest NAC score ever in the Tamil Nadu colleges, private colleges for sure. Its NAC score is about 3.7 on 4, which is extremely high. It also doesn't have any management quota, but it works a lot to ensure that all its students get placed. It's so much so that I heard off late, very recently, the grapevine is that they stopped taking more students because they're slightly unsure of whether they'll be able to place all the students if they keep taking as many students as they can. So they've now, restricted the number of students that they will take also, so that their commitment to the student outcome is extremely strong. And while there is no management quota, the fee that they charge is extremely low as compared to all the other Tamil Nadu universities that you have. Though it is based in Tamil Nadu, in Tanjavur, very far away, its research output is extremely strong. And a few years back, it actually created a world record for the most number of students placed into one single company, which is 1,755 into TCS. It's also accredited, 9 of its 12 programs are accredited by IET UK, which is the Institution of Engineering and Technology UK, for the next 9 years. Now that is very rare because not every institution is accredited for 9 years together, but it happens with this university. The university that I'm talking about is SASTRA University, which is based in Tanjavur in Tamil Nadu. Let me explain to you with data of why it is so strong and why we think it should be a part of your consideration set if you are looking for institutions beyond the IITs, NITs, IIITs, GFDS and all. By the way, some of the ones that we covered are far better than the bottom half of NITs, IIITs, NITs and all. So don't just go for the brand name. We always tell you that, look at the outcome, look at the placement, look at the kind of college, look at the legacy of the institution, look at how many years it's been there. Because some of these baby NITs, IIITs, GFDS that have come in are great in name, funded by government of India, but the student outcomes is next to nothing. So you must be very careful about just following for the brand, and from that perspective, we're covering this particular one, which is SASTRA University. It's also called the Shanmuga Arts, Science, Technology and Research University, which is where the name SASTRA comes in. And we'll talk of their campus, selection process, eligibility, everything, we'll talk about it now. Now you actually have 3 things: SASTRA Tanjavur, SASTRA Chennai and SASTRA Kumbakonam. In fact, in SASTRA Kumbakonam, they also run a Ramanujam school, which is the only school that actually is named with him, and then it is run for the past many years and does fantastic service for themselves, right? Now, should I apply separately for each of the campus? Yes, applications have to be submitted separately for each campus. That's one part of it. But let's come to the Tanjavur campus, which is the main campus. This was established in 1984. But I think the deemed university status came to it in 2004 or 2009. But it's now a deemed university. It was earlier a college and became a deemed university much later, right? It's a private university, of course. Campus size is 232 acres. NRF ranking is 40th best when it got it. In fact, SASTRA has got a history of standing up for itself and fighting with NRF also, because many times we do notice that NRF goes wrong, and SASTRA is one of those straight, upright institutions which actually stands up and questions some of these things also. The number of students is 8,831, 4-year program that we're talking about. They also have many other programs. We're not talking of that at this point in time, of which 53% are boys and 46% are girls. Now, this kind of a diversity in this kind of program, engineering, is extremely rare, but it happens here, right? And 75% students come from outside the state. So, the reason why we're covering this for you is essentially this reason, that though it's a university based in Tamil Nadu, 75% of the students in SASTRA are from outside the state of Tamil Nadu. You can't have greater diversity than that. 3 in 4 students are from outside the state of Tamil Nadu, though it is in the interiors of Tamil Nadu, which is Tanjavur, right? And 10 students come from outside this country also, and 683 is the faculty size. Now the next one. When we look at the data that they submitted to Government of India, Ministry of Education, Government of India for the National Institutional Ranking Framework. So they submitted this data to Government of India. So what we're showing you now is the data that they gave to the Government of India in terms of what kind of students that they have and what kind of placement that they have. So when you look at the 24-25 year, which is the year that went by, there are 1,680 students who graduated, of which 1,469 students were placed. That's a very high number of students who are placed. In most universities that I've noticed, when you actually have 1,680 students who graduated, they actually have many students moving for higher education here, which is, in this case, it's only 151, which is less than 10%. In most universities, they have about 20, 30, 40% students also moving for higher education. The reason why they do that is because then the number of students that they have to place here comes down. And to that extent, the number of students who actually get placed, the percentage of placement shoots up. And most importantly, the median salary also shoots up. Right? Which means that, if you have a 2,000 students to be placed, you say 1,000 have moved for higher education. So the number of students you need to place is only 1,000. And to that extent, you can actually claim, even if you place 900 students, you say 90% placement. And then the median salary also shoots up. And even IIMs and IITs of late have started doing this game of keeping some people away from the books while working hard to place them. But their median salary, their average salary, the lowest salary comes down dramatically. But they don't want it to be accounted for the ranking purposes. In this particular case, we're talking of almost 90% of the students actually getting placed. No artificial manipulation of data to show higher placement percentage or higher median salary. Having placed 1,469 students, the median salary is 8 lakh rupees. This again is extremely good. I can vouch for it because I've seen many data points across the thing, even in public institutions. This kind of integrity of data is something that I've rarely seen. And that is where I am recommending this one. So we're dealing with about 8 lakh median salary and about close to about 90% students getting placed. Right. Now, if you look at it over the years, we're talking of 96.83% students placed at 8 lakh. Last year it was 95.75 and before that it was 95.62. 7.6, 7.6, 8 lakh. So they're pretty consistent about the fact that they want to ensure that every single student who graduates from their school gets a job in their hand, and which is where the ITES is very strong here. Most of the students who study at SASTRA, 60% of them land up at the ITES services, which is the IT enabled services, what we call them. And that is where the world record that TCS had, where in one single stroke they took 1,755 students from SASTRA, and that is still a world record at this point in time also. So that is what the numbers are, that 96% placement and 8 lakh rupees, and they almost make sure that most of the students, or rather all the students who graduate from the school, actually get a job in their hand at a median salary of 8 lakhs is what we're talking about. So what are the courses that they are offered? They have CSE, ECE, Mechanical Engineering, Biotechnology, IT, VLSI Design, CSE, Business Systems, Civil, Mechanical, EEE, and EV Specialization also they have. That's what they have as the seats that they have. And how are admissions done in various? The thing that they do is, there are two ways, right? One is Stream 1, which is JEE Main score and Class 12 score. So admission to 50% of seats shall be based on normalized aggregate Class 12 scores and available JEE Main score, taken together with 50% of weightage. So you actually take the Class 12 score and the JEE score and give 50% weightage to both of them. Seats shall be filled based on the rank secured by the students. So they create an inter-se merit, and then, based on that score that you get, you actually start getting merit list, and that's how you get admission. The Stream 2 is Class 12 score only, where admission to 50% of seats shall be based on Class 12 scores. Seats shall be filled based on the rank secured by the student. So once the Class 12 score comes in, then normalize the whole thing state-wise and all those things, create a rank list, and based on the rank list. But there is no management quota in this SASTRA University. And that is the reason why they could place so many students, mind you, because the best students come in, the people can't pay up and come in, which is where there is a high credibility for this particular institution. I told you earlier also that I got to know that in the current year, they're not wanting to increase seats because they're wanting to ensure that every student who comes in the times of uncertainty, they don't want to increase the seats. And that is always working. The allotment of seats to students completing schooling at Tanjavur and Trichy, 20%, Tamil Nadu 40%, all India with reasonable cap of major states, remains unchanged with special provisions for Northeast states and other special statutes and states, right? Now, that's the thing. You actually have Stream 1 and Stream 2. That's what you know. Now the thing, how is the combined score calculated for engineering and law? The combined score of BTech Stream 1, law admissions, this of course law, will not get into that. If application not appeared for JEE Main 2026, CLAT 2026, the weighted score for the 50% will be 0, but the plus 2 aggregate will be given 50% weightage to arrive at a combined score. So if you don't appear for JEE, then you go back to the class 12 score and start working backwards. Right. Now what is the additional information that you have? Every student is automatically considered for both Stream 1 and Stream 2. JEE is not compulsory. I told you earlier, because you can also come to the class 12 score. And if the student has not written JEE, admission is based only on Stream 2, which is class 12 marks. So if you have very good class 12 marks and you don't have a JEE, this is a pathway for you. The seat quota, local 20% seats for Tanjavur, which is the district from where they are, and Trichy students, 40% seats for Tamil Nadu students, and seat quota is all India, remaining seats all for the all India. Now, what is the mode of admission? We already discussed this Stream 1 and Stream 2. Let's not get there. Now, what is the counseling timeline? You actually have this JEE Main score and online, it's all online counseling. The last date to apply is June 5th. So if we are still active, start applying, because the application is right now on and you should apply right now. Right? What is the fee structure? It is very, very nominal. I told you earlier that it's one of the lowest, ask in terms of the BTech colleges charging fees with no management quota. You can't find more greater credibility than that, right? So 85,000 rupees per semester is what they charge, which is 1.7 lakh over the year or 7 lakh rupees over the 4 years. There is no university in Tamil Nadu, which is a private deemed university, which charges so low as fees. And that too, when you actually can offer a 8 lakh median salary. So this is the only university I can vouch for in Tamil Nadu where within the first year at a median salary level, you can actually recover all your costs. There is no other university. So that is what works for you. And a few other 6,000 and all those things are there, right? Who are the recruiters that they have? Asian Paints, Airtel, Ashok Leyland, Bosch, Cognizant, Deloitte, Ford, HCL, Infosys, LSD, Microsoft, TCS, Wipro, Zoho, Hyundai, Oracle, IBM, Amazon, Tech Mahindra, Capgemini, Accenture, SAP, Siemens, Honeywell, HP, Ericsson, Nokia, Mahindra & Mahindra, TVS Motors, Renault Nissan, Samsung, Mindtree, Mosigma, Ramco Systems, Visteon, Verizon, Titan, Saint-Gobain, Renault, VMware. Every ITS company is here, and beyond that, every company that is set up in Tamil Nadu also is here, if you notice that. And it happens because the employers know that the students here are coming purely based on merit. Here the students have a hunger for winning, because they're typically people who go also for the kind of fee structure that they have, because it's affordable, right? And these people are meritorious, they have hunger, fire in the belly, and it always works for any employer, and that is where most employers go there and pick up the best students. Now, we also looked at LinkedIn to understand how many students of Shastra are out there and all. We found about 30,000 students who claim that they're from Shastra, of which right now 443 are working in Cognizant, 314 in Accenture, 301 in Infosys, HCL Tech is 196. And if you look at it, at some point in time, 1,622 students of Shastra worked at Cognizant. But more importantly, when you look at the big companies, which is Meta, Apple, Amazon, the biggest companies on earth that you have, 37 of the students of Shastra are right now working in Meta, which is WhatsApp, Instagram, and those kind of things, Facebook. Apple, 59 of their students are working. In Amazon, 252 of the Shastra's alumni are right now working. In NVIDIA, 36 of Shastra alumni is working. And in Google, 96 of Shastra alumni is working. In fact, Girish Matrabhutam, who is the founder of Freshworks, which is a $5 billion market cap company, he's a Shastra alumni. Right? Now, when you look at where are the students of Shastra settled, where are they working now and beyond India, we realize that 30% of the students of Shastra are world over. 30% students, right? Of which 14% are in USA. 4,082 alumni of Shastra are right now settled in USA. 2% are in Canada, 2% are in UK, and so on and on. But 30% are outside of India. Now that's a massive, massive number that we are talking about, right? And about 12% in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu is of course 43%, and so on and so forth. But what we're trying to say here is that the quality of learning that happens at Shastra is such that you will ultimately have students, learning a lot, and because of the hunger in the belly, the fire in the belly that you have, they also work hard, move up the ladder, occupy the biggest positions, and because of the kind of legacy that Shastra has, 1984 established, 42 years of life, Their alumni is all over the country in most big companies. They would have grown up the ladder and occupying senior positions in those companies, because of which placement is also very, very good. And because these students have grown up the ladder, they would also start occupying global positions of those very companies that they joined as a startup employee. And that is the success of SASTRA. That what are we talking about? A university which has been established 42 years back, great legacy, one of the lowest fee charging institutions, no management quota, accredited by IIT for a 9-year batch for about 10 or 12 of its courses. Girish Mathur being one of the alumni of this institution. Highest NAC in Tamil Nadu at this point in time. And a university which is founded on single principle that make education affordable, get them a job, place them, and let them be. That is the university that we are talking about as SASTRA is concerned. I hope this particular episode helps you decide for yourself of whether you want to go here or not. For us, the objective is simple. Can we expose to you some institution that you might have not known or may not have considered, and put data in front of you so that you can take that call for yourself. Our idea is not to push an institution. Our idea is to open your mind to options beyond the obvious ones, and that is where SASTRA comes in. I hope this helps you. Thank you so much. Namaste.